Hello.
Hi there, how are you?
Very good. How about you?
Fantastic, thank you.
Great. You could you introduce yourself to us a little bit? What you do, where you're from, and
Sure. My name's Lyndsey and I'm from Brisbane in Australia, and I'm a speaker and I work predominantly with women. And I love what I do and feel very blessed every day to have the
Great.
opportunity to make that impact.
Great. What kind of work do you do with women?
I work predominantly to support women to feel better about who they are and to help them to grow in business by first growing themselves.
Wow.
So I work quite a lot with women who run home-based business, and it's, as I say, just a real joy to help them to grow and expand as women first, and then obviously business tends to follow that path.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So now you have come for the Freedom and Living 7-day course here at OWA.
Yes.
What kind of an intent did you come here with?
I actually came with a very strong intention to gain a deeper understanding as to the part and the role I play in my relationship with my husband. So we've been married for 23 to 24 years, love him dearly, yet I know that there's always another level and another layer that we can experience in our relationship together. So I was very purposeful when I came here and really wanted to see the part that I'm playing rather than looking at what he can do better. I know that it needs to come from me. So, yeah.
So you came here with a specific focus.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely.
And what happened?
I got some amazing insights in so many areas that were far greater than in my relationship alone. Yet what I discovered has the ability to impact not just how I relate to my husband, but how I relate to my two beautiful daughters, and to how I can be even more of service to the women that I work with every day in my business. And so it was more than I could ever have anticipated. And what I noticed was that once one insight came, it rolled into another and into another and into another, which just impacted every area of life, not just one specifically.
Yeah, because our life is so connected, right? So it's not segmented. So
absolutely. And once the momentum builds and starts, it actually travels quite quickly, I found, into other areas of life. It didn't take long that before I could see the insights move from my relationship with my husband to my relationship with my children to my relationship with myself to my parents, and it was just a really wonderful snowball effect. Brilliant journey.
Great. So can you share with us any one of the powerful insights that you had?
Sure. What I got most specifically being here was that my disconnect that I sometimes feel with my husband actually came from the place of feeling that I knew more than he did. And I guess you could say that in some ways I felt better than him. And whilst it wasn't my intention, and I certainly didn't consciously go into our relationship based on that, what I noticed was that creeps in, and very often my frustration that I felt with him came as a result of that. So now that I can see it, I can do something about that, which is really special.
So before it's kind of like you feeling superior to him.
Absolutely. And honestly, it didn't just flow in that one area of life. I have a beautiful daughter who has cerebral palsy and autism, and I know that part of my life's journey is to work with mothers in the community to help them to work through some of their pain and their anguish that they feel with being blessed with these beautiful children. And what I realised was that albeit that I've been making a difference of sorts, I'm able to now make a much greater difference because now there is no difference. I used to get a little frustrated at times, if I was to be totally honest, and say, I just can't understand why some mums struggle and get stuck in their stuff and prevent their kids from being all that they can be as a result of their own pain. And I guess I put myself above others because I'd managed to work through it. And it was really my realisation, and what was a great insight for me was the realisation that pain is pain. Emotional pain is emotional pain. Whether it's coming from me or someone else, the feeling is the same, and it doesn't differentiate between race, religion, colour of skin, level and place in society, money or no money, pain is pain. And when you feel it, we need love irrespective of where we are. So it's been very insightful. So I'm excited at the possibilities for that too.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So kind of going back to your insight, because you realized this, how do you how is that going to change how you respond in life when you go back?
Yeah. How will it change how I respond? I guess what it's done is it's made me look inwardly even more than I've done before. So the inward journey isn't brand new for me. And so I've been able to look much deeper into myself. And so now when I'm feeling disconnected, the first thing I'll be doing is to really shine some really strong awareness onto it, not have the illusion that it may always be the superiority or inferiority, because I do go from one place to the other. I can go from feeling superior to feeling inferior, so I do oscillate from one to the other. So now I know to really shine that bright light on it, and I know what that feeling is like. And I guess the thing that I want to be aware of is that I don't fall into the trap of feeling that that's going to be it every time, because every situation is different. But what it will do is enable me to open my heart a little more. And as I say, it's given me that understanding that pain is pain. It doesn't differentiate, and that was really powerful for me. So
whether it's your husband's pain or your pain or those mothers' pain,
it's all the same. Emotional pain is emotional pain, and it is not a great place to be. So the level of compassion that I'm now able to feel for others coming from that place puts me in a place of being able to serve at a greater level, because I have that sense of us being one and the same. There isn't a separation or a hierarchy, or none of that exists. I really got very, very clear on that while I was here. And so I'm excited as a result of that. So,
and as you mentioned, looking inward and having this type of inward journey is not something that is new to you. It's something that you have been practicing and learning, I'm assuming. But your journey here, how was it special for you?
Yeah. I found that the journey here was very different to many I've undertaken, and I've had the privilege of being, sitting at the feet of some amazing teachers over the years. What I loved about here, and what I loved about Freedom and Living itself, was the love and the care and the attention that's given to all things. It's not just the content. It's not the teachers alone. It's not the place alone. It really is a total experience. And what I really felt was the levels of congruency here were incredibly strong. And the people here really do care. And even as I say that, I get goosebumps, because you can feel, it comes and flows through their heart. Their intention is to be of service. And that can sometimes be quite rare, because there is sometimes the sense of superiority, inferiority. And when in this environment, I really felt that we were one and the same. Even, the beautiful teachers who would be sharing the content during the day, there was no division or separation. Everyone was one and the same, and that really flowed through. It's a place filled with love. And I think when you're going on an inward journey, the journey itself is one thing, yet creating a space where you can feel safe to journey is quite something else. And when a really safe space has been created, you're able to go deeper into your journey because it feels a safe place to be. And that's something that I really noticed here, that you could be vulnerable because you knew you were safe.
Absolutely.
Whether it was someone as a helper or whether it was one of the staff, it didn't matter. You were surrounded by love, and that was really special.
That's great. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And that type of environment that is created here is definitely the love, the intention of love is definitely there.
Oh,
you can
without
feel
doubt.
it. You can feel it.
Yeah.
And the right understanding or the right type of teaching, I think, is of course also needed. And personally, for me, I'm always so impressed with how methodical and how systematic the teaching is here. Did you find that to be the case?
I did, and I was just speaking to a girlfriend yesterday, and I said whether people were taking their first baby steps in their journey within and had never really had the courage to look inside before.
Not ever having attended this
never
type
done
of
anything
course.
before
Yes.
at all.
Yes.
They would get great benefit being here.
Absolutely.
And if someone had been investing in themselves for many years, way more than I have, they would still get value in being here. Absolutely. Because the teachings are able to be applied whatever level you're at. And I think that was something that was really lovely. And again, it boiled down to that there's no superior or inferior. It was just the whole thing sang the same song, It doesn't matter where you are, what stage or phase of life you're at. If you want to be free of pain, if you want more joy, you want more happiness, and you're looking for a place to go to explore that in yourself. Definitely my word it is. Yeah.
Great place to be.
Definitely.
Well, can I ask you one last question?
Sure, go for it.
You being a speaker yourself and also a mother and a wife, having some responsible roles that you have to play in life. What was your what was your take on the teachings about vision here? Because in many places in the world they teach a lot of things about how to create your vision and how to go about it. What was your take on it?
I found the simplicity of it refreshing. Sometimes I think we have a tendency to overcomplicate things and make it so much more difficult than it needs to be. And as I say, if someone was just starting out looking to have an idea of what their vision is, it's a well-supported environment to take those baby steps, or it's a great environment to expand an existing vision into something even more. And so I really love that. And I love the way that in relation to vision that it was very systematically woven through the entire program. So, we started on vision quite early in the piece and we finished on vision. And I really love that. I love the way that it was woven through the whole entire program. And I found that with a lot of the teachings. We weren't taught something just one time. We were taught it in several different ways, obviously, so that, our different learning styles can, take on board the teaching that's shared. And I thought that was, really special as well. I just love that. And I think the other thing that really sets this program apart from anything else that I've ever been to is the way we're encouraged to find our own truth. And so with finding our own truth, it's my belief that I know personally for myself, I'm more likely, well, not likely, I'm definitely going to start to shift in the areas that I've seen my truth in. Whereas often I find in programs that go inward and support us to learn a little bit more about how we show up in life, it can often be the teacher imparting the knowledge based on what they believe we need to learn. Whereas what I noticed here is we're encouraged to find our own truth inside of the teaching, so it makes it powerfully our own.
Absolutely.
And therefore so much more relatable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's unique.
Never take the teaching for what it is, but actually inquire and question every bit of it.
And that's rare.
Yes.
That's really very rare.
Yes.
So often teachers have that whole idea that their teaching is the only teaching.
Yes.
Whereas I love the way that it's thrown out there for open discussion, and we're encouraged to inquire and delve and dig and question. And I mean, it's refreshing, really refreshing. Brilliant program.
And your meeting with Krishnaji was?
What a beautiful man. Just a gorgeous energy and a wonderful vision for humanity. And I appreciated the opportunity to be in his presence. He has really happy, joyful energy. I mean, you can't help but smile just being in his presence, whether you're speaking with him or not speaking with him. The energy that flows is just lovely. I mean, it's just something that you want to be around. And so it was really special. And I think the vision that he has overall is something, to behold, really. And his intention for making a difference is something that is as I say, congruent. It flows through every aspect, right down to the delicious mango beautiful dessert that I had. It's love and care and attention, and
Absolutely.
every aspect is taken care of, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful experience. Yeah, terrific.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.